don't you cry no more.
Okay guys, I want to work with this board here, right now it's a little bit dusty, it's primed in white and it's dry. I protected the varnished with some masking tape here. So what we're going to do now is to simulate some cliffs. The white cliffs of Dover, actually. So they're white, they're chalk, but I'm not only going to use plaster patterns, okay? This is the first time I'm doing this. I have no idea if I am going to use this video or not, but so I might be looking silly speaking in English when I could, you know? Okay. Let's just again, I'm sorry sis. I use everything, always something that is yours, but okay, it's like the pocket, the popcorn, remember? I'll pay you. Eu compro outras. So now this is going out to simulate the cliffs. I have here this base rock C1243 from, oh, I forgot, Scenic Woodland or Woodland Scenic, yeah, I remembered, it's not. So let's use this. First let's do the mix of plaster, okay? So if I remember well, it doesn't need to be very thick, so I have to get the consistency half turn, you know? So let's just try here a little bit of this. This looks like a kitchen channel. Okay. And some water. Let's just open a little bit because this generates heat and vapor, you know. Okay, now let's just try and pour this into actually we could have made a little bit more, right? It is pouring down, and I don't like that. Okay. Well, okay. and just let it dry. Let's see it later, okay guys? Now, a few hours have passed and it's still warm. It's still warm and it's still a little bit moisture, but you can see here, right? It looks like a cliff, and all those tiny little pieces here. So I think I'm going to do another one, just another one, and then I'll speak to you later. Now, as you can see here, I think we'll need, I'll have to cut here, and I think we will need another tiny piece of, you know, maybe place a little bit of, I don't know, just thinking first, but I think we will need another of one of these, and maybe a little bit of other little 3 pieces here. Then I will shave these, adapt it to the diorama, and do the C, and do the C, I don't know. So let's see what I can do. Let's see guys, let's keep going. Well guys, the White Cliffs of Dover. I thought that placing only this between the sky, because this is a top part, this is a sky, and that actually will be the sea. It's just lifted over just in order to create some support while it's drying, you know. It will stay like this for 2-3 days. Now don't tell me I built fast. And well, actually now I opted it for I choose to put a little of foam here on the back, you know, just a little bit, in order to create some depth. Not to be only the cliffs, but I want to represent the cliffs and a little bit of the green pastures that there are on Dover. And here it will be the sky, over there the channel, and the rest you will see. So I used a mix of, yes guys, I used this white glue and super glue, and I know it's foam, it will eat it, but I want at the same time the rock, while it's gluing on the bottom, to, you know, to eat a little bit of the foam and to settle down inside the foam here also. And so like this, when I will place a little bit of clay here in order just to cover these falls here, it will be more natural, you know. So right now this is a representation of the Cliffs of Dover. Let me just try and let's just try. I don't know if it's going to be, I'm pushing the envelope here, but okay, now you have an idea. What do you think, guys? Well, it's not quite the Cliffs of Dover, but I believe it's not too bad at all, right? Guys, okay, See you soon. Let's try another tutorial. I'm doing this as I'm going, so I don't know what I will do, but this has a purpose. See you soon. Well guys, I am now using some clay, and I'm just trying to give the British coast the dignity it deserves. I mean, it stopped Napoleon, it stopped Hitler. I think it deserves a little of appreciation, don't you think? So now I am just molding to the edges, but not too much, in order for, my hands are dirty, but in order for you to see a little bit of the rock, which it's already primed in black, you know? It's very fun to work with clay. You should try it, honestly. You really should try it, because it's a hell of fun. It's too fun. I should use some tools, but I so like to use my fingers. Don't misunderstand what I told, okay? Okay, I like to use my fingers when I'm working with clay. And well, because Dover has a soft, you know what I mean? Soft slope, and then just ends roughly. I am able to, and I place some in the middle in order to now let's try and use some black primer. Let's see if I can just give you guys an idea of what I want to do. Here it is. The cliffs of Dover, or a simple representation of it. My Cameron, oh my Cameron. It's not a camera, it's a Cameron. Here it is, guys. Now let's try and prime again a little bit and paint them in black. Okay? See ya. Hello there, guys. As you can see now, it's a little bit different from the last time. I just now it's I'm sorry, I sometimes don't know what to say on these videos, you know. It's just like this. Okay, now I took the rocks and I placed them, primed them,
Now I'm taking care of the water. I've placed 1, 2, 3 rocks, you know. There are a lot of rocks near the English coastline. And if there isn't, there is now. And I am just giving a randomly dry brush of white. I first used with the airbrush, I primed it the silicone in black, then applied pale gray blue, then a little bit randomly of hellblau RLM, and now I'm giving a dry brush of white and RLM also, just to mix the tones, you know, in order to mix a little bit the tones. Obviously here where the, sorry, let me just place this down. Obviously here I will make it more white because of the waves crashing into the rocks. I was going to put a little coastline, but I found out that there are areas where there isn't any coastline, any sand, any beach at all. And let's face it, it's easier for me right now. So I wouldn't use that as an excuse. So here it is. Now let's use another shade of blue. Okay? See you soon. Now a little bit of this here with a little of X28 from Tamiya. Let's give it a good shake. I could use some green tones also. Now, let's change the blue tone, okay? Now, Blue Angels blue. Just with a twist of X20. Now another dry brush of RLM 78 in white. Now a little white little RLM 78 here on the cardboard. Give it a little mix. Taking the excess off. Here has to have a little bit more of white because it's a place where the waves go against the rock. Let's do some final touches on this, okay? See you soon. Now, just to give a little bit more of, to break the monotony, I placed 3 stones, 3 rocks here, and of course where the waves hit it, the white of the foam of the waves get to notice, so I'm just giving them some, you know. And here also where the waves leave the again, I looked for Guido Hop video on making water, but funny Guido, each time we do another one we're going to put it a little bit about ourselves, and it becomes, it's your technique shared with me, and I'm going to add a little bit of it, and each one of us will add a single different thing, you know, and that's funny. That's very good actually, because we don't see the waves, the water, the sea the same way, and actually it's very difficult to recreate chaos, the chaos of the waves. You should think that it's actually easy because it's random, but it's not. There's a pattern on that randomness. I don't know if the word is correct, but then, yes, they're the white cliffs of Dover, but I think I'm going to give it a little wash, maybe, and then dry brushing in white. See, let's try and just for you to have the notion of what little dry brush does. Can you see this little bit of rock here? Can you see it? Okay. Okay, here. White. Just white. Let's just... Okay. Can you see? Different, right? It's amazing, the power of a little bit of ink and a flat brush. Okay guys, okay, now let's just give a little bit of white to the waves, okay? Now, again, this time it's not a dry brush. This time it's with a very well wet brush on white paint. You just give it a little bit here and there and everywhere of white, you know. See what I mean? Here it is. Now it's just a question of taste. How would you like it to be? You know what I mean? From this point on, it's quite the way you want it to be. So I'm calling it done. It's not done actually. I will do some small arrangements, finishing touches on it, but and then very nice generous amount of varnish. For instance, this here. See the difference? Can you see the difference? Can you see this part here? It shines more, so see what I mean? See you soon, guys. And here it is, guys. My Cliffs of Dover diorama base. Here it is. It's not too white, but it's just wants to be a representation of it. So I've placed, just to break a little bit of the monotony, I placed the stones here, those shallows, let's call it, those, I don't know the name, the English name, but here. Well, these represent trees, because what I want to do here is distance. And you will understand when the whole diorama will be complete, so you will understand it perfectly. Because this still has a twist
just a little surprise. Just a little surprise for you guys. So this is the water. Let me know if you approve, or because honestly this was the first time I've done something like this. Water, no, as you know, far away goes a time where I used just plaster of Paris to do it, but again, I think it's a very acceptable. I am pleased with it, actually. Just for you to have the scale of the size of it. This is my hand, so, and here. Okay, so well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I mean, again, I don't consider it a waste of time. I like to do these videos, but I believe this is one of the most tutorial videos I've made so far. But it was also, sorry, an experiment, because, as I told you, this was the first time I was doing this. So guys, with a little bit of imagination and half a dozen of tools, molds, you can actually do something like this. I don't think it's very bad. I think it's actually cool. And this is just a diorama base for what I want. So see you soon, guys, and as always, keep modeling, okay? Keep modeling. See you soon.